Minister of Science and Technology, Ogbonnaya Onu, has assured Nigerians that administration of President Muhammadu Buhari was committed and determined to rebuilding the infrastructure, particularly in the area of housing and roads in the country. He stated this at the International Conference of 2018 Nigerian Building and Road Research Institute in Abuja.
The President Muhammadu Buhari's administration is committed and determined to rebuild our infrastructure, particularly in the area of housing and roads. We need decent houses for our citizens, both the rich and the poor, the old and the young, to live in. We also need houses for our schools, our hospitals, our offices, our markets, to mention but a few. We need roads connecting our numerous cities, our rural areas, and those leading from urban to rural areas.
The minister said a good network of road was vital to transportation of people as well as goods from one part of the country to another, as it will get Nigerians to know the various parts of the country and promote national unity and stability. Ogbonnaya assured the Institute of the support of the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology in its technology. He added that the support of the ministry can be achieved through intensifying research on the issue of locally available material for construction of both roads and houses in Nigeria.
The Federal Ministry of Science and Technology is determined to support NIPRI in its important task to embark on the necessary research and innovation needed to help build high quality and less expensive roads and houses in the country. This can be achieved through intensified research on the use of locally available materials for the construction of both roads and houses in Nigeria.
In his speech, the Director General and Chief Executive Officer of the Institute, Professor Danladi Matawa, said the objective of the international conference was to create awareness on the need to implement sustainability into construction practice. Speaking on how to prevent collapse of bridges and buildings in the country, the Director General said the agency will continue its works of intervention and make bridges that look suspicious of collapsing area of attention.
We'll continue our work of intervention. And secondly, we will step up our studies of existing bridges. Maybe we'll make some of these areas that look suspect a very, very particular area of attention, and send a team there to look at other bridges around the world.
A housing expert, Barrister Festus Adebayo, has appealed to the federal government to show commitment and exercise strong political will in ensuring speedy growth in the housing sector. Adebayo, who made the appeal in Abuja during an exclusive interview with Pen Television, maintained that lack of access to land is one of the key barriers to the development of housing in the country.
And in some areas, we are still waiting for government to act on them, especially the need for government to have a political will to do some things. As you might have observed, again, Nigeria has at today, our mortgage system is still operating at a double digit. This is a barrier. As at today, the Land Use Act is still there, of 1978. We give the law which allowed the governors to be in charge of the land in this country. This also has become a barrier. Access to land is a strong barrier. With the access to land, we can address the problem of mortgage and foreclosure law. We don't have foreclosure law in our country. So in essence, I can say that we don't even have enough law that will assist an effective housing delivery in Nigeria. And this is what we are still looking into. And that will be our major focus. Again, for another time, from 14th to 19th of July in Nigeria at the International Conference Center, when Abuja Housing Show will be parading an array of dignitaries, VIPs, very important personalities from all over the world to look into it again. How do we address the problem of housing deficit in Nigeria, a country that has the highest population in Africa?
Adebayo, who is also the convener of the annual Abuja International Housing Show, urged the government to look into barriers facing the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria and ensure that necessary support was given to the bank, because it is the only bank in the country that could give loan at 1-digit interest rate.
Abuja International Housing Show is working with the National Assembly Committee on Housing for the passing into law of the bill on social housing. But on social housing. When we talk of the bill on social housing, meaning that we make government to begin to think of catering for people who does not have the capacity, who cannot afford to build a house for themselves. Our thinking is, if we have 0.001% of the Nigerian budget going into social housing, it means a lot. In some other country, they call it subsidized housing. So if you don't call it social housing, you call it subsidized housing. We are saying government should be interested. Recently, I read it in the newspaper that Dangote is providing 200 units of houses in Maiduguri for those people that were displaced during the Boko Haram war. That is what we are talking about.
He noted that his organization is working with the National Assembly to ensure that a better law is passed that will see that Nigerians have an affordable houses. In Abuja, LM Chukwuemeka reports. National Chairman Labour Party Mike Omotosho has accused former Governor of Ondo State Olusegun Mimiko of attempting to destabilize the party, vowing that his attempt to return to the party would be resisted. The party also said that it had no candidate in the forthcoming governorship election in Ekiti State, which is scheduled to hold July 14th. Mr. Omotosho disclosed this at a media briefing in Abuja, titled "Once Beaten, Twice Shy."
Nigerian workers, the party of the Nigerian workers, wish to put a disclaimer to this ill-fated adventure. The Nigerian Labour Congress is also fully aware, and you'll notice that by their presence here, particularly the president himself, is fully aware of plans by Dr. Olusegun Mimiko to destabilize the current gains being made by workers to reclaim and reposition the Labour Party. There is no doubt that political journey persons like the former governor of Ondo State had in the past taken advantage of the leadership challenges in the Labour Party to satisfy their fantasies for political opportunism. We say once bitten, twice shy.
The Labour chairman said the sole purpose of the former governor reapproaching the party is to use the Workers' Party to launder his sagging political image.
Nigerians will recall that Dr. Olusegun Mimiko abandoned the Labour Party for the PDP, the People's Democratic Party, a few days to Labour Party's October 2015 National Convention. Such a betrayal of a party that gave the former governor succor in the darkest hour of his political career, especially as manifest in his two-term victory on the ticket of the Labour Party, is, to say the least, cheap and callous. It also revealed paucity of knowledge about the philosophy of the Labour Party as a people's rooted party and death of class consciousness.
President of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Ayuba Nwaba, said Labour Party was building a very strong democratic culture from the grassroots.
A very strong democratic culture, and that's what they are doing now from the grassroots. And that's the process. And therefore, these opportunists that will always try to use the good name, because no doubt the Labour Party has a good name, because it's a party that has foot soldiers. So because of the word Labour there, people think that once you are a Labour Party, then we mobilize support for you, even if we don't share in our philosophy and ideology. That must come to stop, and that is what we are trying to address now. And that's why he mentioned the issue of equity. People will just come and use our name, and then at the end of the day, if they are able to find level, they will also go back to their old trenches or where they are coming from. So clearly, we are against that, and we don't want such a situation.
In Abuja, LM Chukwuemeka reports.
Commandant of the Peace Corps of Nigeria, Dixon Akko, has pleaded with President Muhammadu Buhari to prevail on the Inspector General Police, Ibrahim Idris, to unseal its headquarters in line with various court orders. Speaking at the press conference in Abuja, Akko said his group remain a non-confrontational and law-abiding organization that has explored all lawful means, including seeking political solution to its ordeal, but to no avail. He said in the view of the latest court ruling, coupled with various judgments and the resolution of the House of Representatives, he renewed an appeal as part of his last resort to President Muhammadu Buhari to please direct the Inspector General Police to order his men to vacate the premises of the headquarters of the organization in the interest of equity, fairness, and justice. He said the police and his allies have achieved their overall intent, which he said was to stop the Nigerian Peace Corps Establishment Bill from becoming a reality. The headquarters of the Corps had been under siege by the police for over a year. It was taken over by the police on the day the office was officially launched. Akko had claimed the organization currently registered as a non-governmental organization pay as much as 13.5 million naira rent annually on the seal office. During the office controversy between the Peace Corps and the police, the Corps suffered a major setback when President Buhari declined to assent to its establishment bill. The lawmaker had tried to convert the Peace Corps into a paramilitary organization. President Buhari cited paucity of funds and duplication of duty of existing security agencies as its main reason. The bill also suffered another setback a few weeks ago when members of the House of Representatives rejected the bill.
President General Imo State indigenes residing in Abuja, Chief Ike Obasi, has faulted President Muhammadu Buhari's decision to recognize June 12 as Democracy Day. Chief Obasi, in an exclusive interview with Ben TV in Abuja, accused President Buhari of personalizing the collective effort of Nigerians, saying May 29 still remains nationally recognized day to celebrate Democracy Day. President Muhammadu Buhari had honored late Chief MKO Abiola with the award of GCFR, which is the highest honor exclusively reserved for the president, and also noted that Nigeria, as from 2019, will observe its Democracy Day on June 12, which was the day the election was annulled by the then military president, General Ibrahim Babangida.
We are still having it as it's like trying to personalize the collective efforts of the people. Abiola was not the only man who struggled for the election. June 12 is trying to complete somebody's personal ambition. Abiola struggled, he did, yes. But June 12, May 29 is the real day, because that was the day we said bye-bye to military rule. And everybody knew about it, how many years military rule, and somebody, that is Abdusalami Abubakar, voluntarily handed over to a civilian. So how can you turn it to June 12th? June 12th, election was contested, somebody won, somebody failed, and it was annulled. And again, you now turn the national day that democracy was officially installed in Nigeria to June 12th. Are you bringing us back or forward?
While reacting on the decision of Imo State Governor Rochas Okorocha to hand over power to his son-in-law, said his people are wiser and will not allow such to happen.
Because if you look at the leadership of Imo State, the other man before, that is Achike Udoma, was there for 8 years. The other man, Hakim, was there for 4 years from Okigwe. Rochas came in again for another 8 years. This is people that, you know, if you want education, they have it. If you want money, they have it. If you want whatever, they have it. You can't stand on their head and do it the way you like. How can somebody, even in the state now, there is cry that he made his sister commissioner, he made his brother this, he made his friends this, he made his this, and all those things. People are crying. On top of it, you and your wife just step in as the first citizens of the state. Now you want your daughter again to come back as the first family, your daughter and her husband to come back as the first family of Imo State. People must talk. If Rochas handled this thing very well, he would have seen that he cannot win all the time. When you tried it and people complain, you look at them and say, okay, I give up. But fighting this fight that he is drawing too much anger on himself, because even on the young man who wants his in-law to bring him out so that he will continue after his in-law, I don't think he's reasonable. If he's reasonable, he would have known that this fight he cannot fight.
In Abuja, Ellen Chukwemeka reports.